Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and I'm excited to bring you another episode absolutely free. This is one of over 80 episodes released monthly for your enjoyment. Now, let's get into this episode.
Hail Silver! A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. His faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains, led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again. Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fellow. Hail Silver! Hooray! Tonto, Indian companion to the Lone Ranger, was returning to their temporary camp after a trip to town. As he rode the trail over a hill, he saw a stagecoach coming toward him down the opposite hill across the narrow valley. As Tonto watched, he saw the stage lurch forward and the horses start into a gallop. Tonto could hear the distant shouts of the driver. The Indian realized the stage was out of control, and even as he urged his paint horse Scout forward, the stagecoach suddenly swerved to one side and turned over. Get him up, Scout! Within a few moments, the Indian arrived on the scene and pulled to a halt.
Hold, Scout. Hold, fella. Easy, Scout. Easy, fella.
Howdy, Indian. Brakes gave way on the hill. We had an accident.
Passengers get hurt?
Reckon we all got banged around a bit. One of the two passengers seems to have a busted arm. Now, we'll have you out in a minute, mister.
Take it easy. My arm. All right now, driver. Let's lift him out.
There.
Oh, my arm.
Easy to see it's busted. Well, thunder, we ought to have a doctor to fix that.
You ride to town, find doctor. No need for that, Indian. I'll attend to the injury.
Hey, are you a doc?
Yes, I am. I'll reach in there and get my kit. Now, I'll improvise splints and fix that arm. But in the meantime, driver, arrangements must be made to get me to town in time to catch the train for Stockport.
Yeah, sure. Indian, it's something you might do for us if you're willing. Ride to town to the stage stop and tell them what happened. Tell them to make arrangements to take two passengers down to town along with their luggage.
Me go right away. Easy, Scout. Easy, fella. Get him up, Scout.
Later that afternoon, Tonto arrived at the camp and told the Lone Ranger what had happened. When he had finished, the Lone Ranger spoke.
It was fortunate there was a doctor on the stage at the time of the accident, Tonto.
Ah.
Was the man with a broken arm the only one injured?
Well, everybody on stage get plenty bruises, plenty small cuts, but none of others get hurt bad.
I see.
The man at stage top take buckboard and other men out. Me help him put the stage back on trail. It not get much damage.
Was the doctor planning to stay in town?
Well, me hear him say him have to catch train.
Oh, I wondered. I know there's already one doctor in town, and it's too small to support two.
That's right. You go to visit Padre at Mission while me in town, Kimasabi?
Yes, and I found out why he sent for us. Trouble is brewing up near Stockton.
Oh, what trouble?
Jed Rector, the owner of a large ranch there, has fenced in a water hole that the small neighboring ranchers have been using for some time.
Why him do that?
That's a mystery to the others, Tonto. Rector stubbornly refuses to give any reason.
Strange.
Yes, it is. The others resent what Rector's done. They resent even more the fact that he'll give them absolutely no reason for his action.
Me not blame him.
Neither do I. But it means plenty of trouble and may lead to gunplay.
We go to Stockton, maybe?
Yes. I'm curious to know why Rector acted as he did. And we may be able to find some way to bring about a peaceful settlement before they resort to violence.
And when we leave?
There are several hours of daylight left. We'll break camp right now and head that way.
The following afternoon, the Lone Ranger and Tonto arrived in the hills near Stockton and pitched camp. Meantime, at the Circle R spread, Jed Rector, a gruff, stubborn type of man, stood near the corral with his 10-year-old son, Jerry. They waited as the ranch foreman galloped toward them.
Here come his Tex. The way he's riding, I'd say he's got something on his mind.
Golly, he's sure riding plenty fast.
Hold on. Oh, easy now. Boss, we found that fence near the water hole torn down again. I got the boys mending it now.
Well, by Jiminy, Tex, I'm going to ride back with you and see if that fence is put up right.
All right, boss.
But, Dad, you said you were going to rope a horse in the corral for me to ride.
Some other time, Jerry. Rope and saddle one yourself, son, if you're so set on riding.
Yeah, when Jerry's able to do that, he'll really be grown up.
Oh, Dad.
Some other time, Jerry. Can't be bothered, man. Get it, Dad.
Get him. Oh.
As Jed Rector and the foreman Tex rode across the range, Tex was saying,
The Drews gave up and sold out, boss. New owner arrived yesterday. A fella by name of Salford. Looks like a tenderfoot to me. I saw him in town.
And if he wants to stay in the West, you better not tie him with the others around here.
I hear he already has. Had a meeting at his place last night and gave him quite a talk, they say.
Is that so? No loudmouth tenderfoot is going to get away with that.
What are you going to do, boss?
Plenty. I'll pick up some of the men at the water hole and go over to his place. Tell him what to expect if he doesn't mind his own business from now on. And believe me, he can expect plenty. Get it,
Come on, get him.
A short time later, Jed Rector and some of his cowpokes reined to a stop in front of the small ranch house, which Dr. Salford had bought.
Oh, there.
Salford opened the front door and stepped out to meet them.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Richard Salford, new owner of this ranch. There's something you want to see me about?
Oh, you're Salford, eh? I'm Jed Rector, owner of the Circle R spread.
Well, it's mighty nice of you to make a neighborly call, Mr. Rector.
This isn't any neighborly call, Salford. I came here with some of my cowpokes to warn you.
Right. Warn me about what?
If you butt in and concern yourself about that fence I had put up, you can expect plenty of real trouble.
But I am concerned, Mr. Rector. What livestock I have here depend on that water hole. Both Carter and Darby are affected the same way.
What I said about trouble still goes, Salford.
After all, Mr. Rector, we're neighbors.
Well, let me tell you, you aren't going to be neighbors much longer if you side with Carter and Darby.
They're neighbors, too, Mr. Rector. We all do what we can to help one another. We'll all prosper.
There's nothing you could ever do for me, Salford. Circle R is prosperous enough without depending on neighbors. Or you stay away from my land, or by thunder, I'll have you run out of the territory. Let's go, boys. Get it there.
Late that afternoon, Tonto, who with the Lone Ranger had arrived in the vicinity of Stockton, went into the general store. He was about to leave after making his purchase when Dr. Salford came in.
Well, I reckon you have everything now, Indian.
That's right.
Excuse me, but I'm in a hurry. Is my order ready yet?
Sure is, Mr. Salford. It's right there on the end of the counter.
Thanks.
You, Doctor, will ride on stage at turnover near Milton?
Sorry, Indian. I'm afraid you've made a mistake. I'll be in again soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Salford.
That's strange. Me sure him doctor me see one stage have accident down near Milton.
Yeah, you must be mistaken, like he said. That's Mr. Salford, the rancher. He bought the Drew Ranch and just moved in there yesterday. He's a mighty nice fellow, too.
Maybe him rancher. But me hear him say him doctor. See him fix injured man.
Well, must have been someone that looked like him, Indian. Anyhow, if he was a doctor, why would he say he wasn't? What's more, why should he take up ranching instead of doctoring folks when we need doctors out in the West so bad?
That's what me like to know. Now, me go now. Take packages.
Well, come in again.
Me come back for more supplies soon. Adios.
Goodbye, Indian.
There him go. He's still sure him doctor who was on stage. Not savvy why him say me make a mistake. It's strange. Let me go back to camp. Easy, Scout. Easy, fella. Get him up, Scout.
When Tonto reached camp, he told the Lone Ranger about seeing Salford. The Lone Ranger listened intently, then said,
It is strange at that, Tonto, that he denies being the doctor you saw. He could have arrived here by train yesterday. I wonder why he doesn't want to admit he's a doctor.
That's what me wonder. Kimasabi, me get news about ranches, too.
Oh, what did you find out?
Me hear that Jed Rector, owner of Circle R Spread, call on Salford. Give him warning.
Warning?
And tell Salford not to bother fence near waterhole. Rector say him run Salford from territory if Salford go on land.
That dispute is likely to flare into gunplay any time now.
That's right.
I think we'll ride over near that waterhole and see what the situation is. Let's go, Tonto.
Easy, Scott. Easy, fella.
Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Later, Tex the foreman rode hurriedly to the ranch house of the Circle R.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, boy. Hey, boss.
What's all this fight?
Yeah, what happened this time?
There's a masked man and a redskin snooping around over the waterhole, boss. I figure maybe Salford and the others hired a couple of owl hoots to do their dirty work this time.
A masked man and an Indian, eh? Probably a couple of hired gunslingers. We'll get the boys and go after them right now.
Please, Jed, be careful. I do wish you'd pull down that fence and let the others use that water like they used to.
Yeah?
Disputing about it is mighty foolish, seems to me.
Just tend to your knitting, Mary, and leave the ranch for me to handle.
But, Jed, why did you suddenly fence them out? That's what nobody can understand. You haven't even given me a reason why you did it.
I don't have to give a reason. You or anyone else. I own the land the water is on, don't I?
Of course. For years you've let the others use the water. Then you suddenly stop. That's what makes them angry.
Let them get angry all they want. I'm not letting their cattle at that water anymore.
Dad, aren't you going to take the horse to the corral for me to ride like you said I could? It's going to be dark and I've waited all day.
Now, Jerry, you're always bothering me when I'm in a hurry. I told you to go ahead and rope a horse for yourself, didn't I, Tex?
Yeah, that's right, boss.
Jed, don't tease the boy.
Well, catching gunslicks that are prowling around my land is more important than getting a horse for Jerry. Let's go, Jerry.
Meantime, the Lone Ranger and Tonto rode slowly along the fence that protected the big waterhole.
At this point, the four ranches come together. The waterhole is on Rector's land, and he has the right to fence it in. There was some way to make Rector understand that he... Look, Tonto, horseman coming over the hill. That must be Rector and his men. Let's get away from here fast. Come on, Silver!
the curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now, to continue. The Lone Ranger and Tonto were just out of range, and they decided to leave rather than have a gun battle. They led the Circle R men far back into the hills. Then, covering their trail by various means, the Lone Ranger and Tonto circled back and headed toward their camp. As they passed the Circle R ranch house, Tonto observed,
Maybe Rector be plenty late getting back to ranch house.
Yes, if they're still searching back in the hills for us. Otto, something's wrong in there. Come on, Silver!
Look, Scout!
A moment later, the two men reached the corral. They saw the boy Jerry, his foot tangled in a lariat, being dragged around the corral by a horse he had tried to rope.
Easy, Scout. Easy, fella.
Do something quick. He'll be killed.
We'll get him out of there.
Quickly, the Lone Ranger crawled through the fence, and in a moment had roped the horse with his lariat and brought him to a stop.
Hold the horse, Tonto. I'll pick up the boy.
Ah.
He's unconscious.
I'll open the gate. Jerry! Oh, my poor boy, is he?
He's unconscious.
Oh, bring him into the house, please. Oh, Jerry.
I'll put him on the sofa. There.
He might have been killed if you hadn't.
He's too young to try roping a horse.
Yes, I know. It's Jed's fault. He was joking when he said... That mask. You must be the man that went after you and the Indians.
Yes, I know. Forget the mask. This boy needs attention. A blow on the head. Probably a glancing blow from a hoof.
Oh, no.
Boy, first man, Kimasabi.
Yes, Tonto. He should have medical attention.
But there isn't a doctor in Stockton. The nearest one is miles from here. Oh, what are we going to do?
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know where to get a doctor. Tonto, do what you can for Jerry until I get back.
Me stay, try help, boy.
Oh, you're both so kind. And to think at this moment, my husband...
We haven't time to think of that now. I'll be back soon, and I think I'll be able to bring a doctor with me. Easy, big fella, easy. Come on, Silver!
A short time later, the Lone Ranger drew rein in front of Salford's ranch house.
Oh, easy. Steady there.
Masked man. So this is more of Rector's threats.
No, I'm not a gunman. Nor did Rector send me here. I haven't time to explain the mask. I came here on a matter of life or death. Doctor?
You're mistaken. I'm just a rancher.
You rode the stage that was wrecked near Milton. You were heard to admit then that you're a doctor. And you said a man's broken arm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen to me, Salford. A small boy, Rector's son, is badly injured. I feel sure that if he doesn't have attention, he'll die.
I'm very sorry the boy is hurt, but I can't help it.
I know you're a doctor. The fact that you'd let that boy die is something I can't understand. I'm coming inside for a moment.
Hold on. What right have you to enter my house?
There, that's what I wanted to find. That doctor's kit on the floor here near the desk.
That kit means nothing.
It means that for some reason, you don't want people to know you're a doctor. A rancher would have no use for a kit like this.
Think what you like, sir.
If you let that boy die, you'll regret it all your life, Doctor. You took an oath to help the sick, to save lives if possible.
Wait, what are you doing?
Looking for more proof that you're not a rancher. Yes, and here it is. Your medical certificate. Richard Selford Pierce, M.D.
All right, now you know. I am Dr. Pierce.
Then you come with me to save that boy?
There seems nothing else to do. I'll go, but... well, it may mean I'll lose my own life.
Thanks, Doctor. I knew you weren't the type of man who'd let a boy die, but you don't have to worry. I know the story of Dr. Pierce, who had a gun battle in Austin with an angered patient.
When I shot and saw him fall, I lost my head. I left town at once and dropped my last name and my professional title.
I can tell you that the man lived,
What?
And you were exonerated, Doctor.
Is that really true?
Yes. Now take this kit and let's start for Rector's place. There's no time to lose.
As the Lone Ranger and the doctor rode hurriedly along the trail toward Rector's ranch house, they rounded a bend and came almost face to face with Jed Rector and his cowpokes, who were coming from a branch trail.
Look, Rector and these men.
All right, reach both of you. We got you covered.
Jiminy, boss, this proves the masked hombre is working for Salford.
Let's run them out of the territory.
I'd say we ought to gun him down.
Rector, this man is a doctor. We're on the way to your ranch house. Your son has been injured.
You were lying just to stall for time. We know Selfridge's a rancher in a pool when it's dead.
I'm telling the truth. Every minute counts if you want your boy to live.
Look, we'll take you to the ranch house and find out about you. If you were lying like I think you are, I'll put a bullet in you, so help me. In, keep those two covered. All right, get started.
Come on, Silver.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
The Lone Ranger, Jed, and the others soon arrived at the ranch house and pulled to a stop.
Oh, Silver. Big fellow.
Hicks, you come along with me. We'll hold guns on these two. Take them inside with us.
All right, boss. All right, get going, both of you. All right, inside.
Jed, it's Jerry.
What?
He tried to rope a horse and he was dragged. He's still unconscious.
Oh, great day. Then the masked man did tell the truth,
Of course.
Jerry, my boy, what can we do?
Jed, you forget. I told you this man is a doctor.
A doctor? Oh, thank heaven.
I'll examine your boy. Bad gash on the side of his head. Unconscious. Low pulse rate.
Oh.
In the medical profession, that's known to be such a thing as shock. The boy needs immediate attention and careful watching.
If I can be of any help, Doctor,
Yes, you seem to be the cool and steady type. I believe you could assist me at that.
Very well.
We mustn't waste time. We'll carry the boy to the kitchen table. No one else is to come into the kitchen except the masked man and Indian. Let's get busy.
Right.
In the living room of the ranch house, Jed, Tex, and Jed's wife, Mary, waited tensely, with their eyes glued to the closed door.
Mary, I've gone about things the wrong way. If I hadn't been so set on my argument with my neighbors and given more time to my boy, this wouldn't have happened.
Tell me now, Jed. Why did you suddenly stop them from using the water?
Well, I bought a few cattle from across the border. I discovered 3 of them were diseased. Well, I got rid of them right away, but I was afraid the disease might spread if the others used the water.
Then why on earth didn't you tell them about it?
Well, I was afraid if the news got out, I wouldn't be able to sell my cattle in the future. It's been over a month now, and none of my other cattle have been affected. So I'll take away the fence and let the others use the water now. I'm sure it's all right.
I'm sure it is now, Jed.
Well, if anything happens to our boy, I can't stand thinking about it.
Jed, I want you to pray with me.
I'm not much on prayers, Mary. But if wishing hard is praying, I'm sure don't it now.
I'll say the words, Jed. Please don't. If it please my will.
In the kitchen, the doctor worked quickly and surely. Absorbed as he was in the delicate task before him, he still noticed the quiet, steady, and skillful manner in which the masked man helped. Finally, the last bandage was in place, and after a long time of careful watching, the doctor spoke.
His pulse rate is back to normal now. He's opening his eyes.
Mom. Dad.
He'll be all right, Doctor?
He'll need very careful and constant attention for a few days, but I feel certain it'll be all right.
Good. Shall I bring in his parents now?
Yes, they may come in for a few moments.
Mom. I want Mom.
She'll be right here, Jerry.
Willie.
My boy, how is he?
The doctor says he'll be all right before long. He's conscious and asking for both of you.
We'd better go to him, Mary.
Stay only a few minutes. Don't let him talk much. I'm sure he'll be all right. But I'll have to watch him closely for a few days.
All right, Doctor.
Jerry, my son, it's your dad.
Dad. Mom.
Jerry.
I roped a horse, but he...
Yes, I know, son, I know. From now on, I'll do the roping for a while. Salford,
The name is Dr. Pierce, Mr. Rector.
Doctor, I don't know how to thank you for this. Just tell the others that the water hole will be open to them again in the morning.
While the doctor and I were waiting and watching here with Jerry, we overheard your explanation to your wife, Jed, about why you closed off the water.
You did?
Yes. You did the right thing at the time, but you should have told the others why. I'm sure they'd have understood and appreciated it.
Yes, I reckon I went about it the wrong way. Dr. Pierce, I suggest you take up being a doctor around here. I could find a good man to run your ranch for you.
Thanks, Jed. That's what I'll do.
We'll be glad to have you as a neighbor, Doctor.
If the West is to grow, Mr. Rector, the ranchers must cooperate with their neighbors for the good of all.
That's what I've always said, too.
I've guessed who you are, my friend. I've heard of you and your Indian friend Tonto in Austin. You've done me a good turn, too, by giving me the news that means I may practice medicine again.
I'm glad. Well, now that Jerry's in good hands and the dispute's settled, Tonto and I'll move on. Goodbye, Jerry. I know you'll soon be well again.
Goodbye, mister.
Goodbye and good luck, and I hope we'll see you again sometime.
Adios.
Adios.
Come, Tonto.
Goodbye, mister.
Golly, who is that masked man, Dad? I like him.
Yes, so do I, son. But I don't know who he is.
He's a man among men out here in the West. He's the Lone Ranger.
This is a feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated, created by George W. Trendle, produced by Trendle Campbell Enterprises, directed by Charles D. Livingston, and edited by Fran Stryker. The part of the Lone Ranger is played by Brace Beamer.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate this episode within your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to otrwesterns.com/Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to otrwesterns.com/YouTube. Become one of our ranch hands and unlock some exclusive content. We want to thank our most recent ranch hands, Steve and Ron W., who joined us recently. You too can join by going to otrwesterns.com/donate. Send us an email, podcast@otrwesterns.com, and you can call and leave us a voicemail, 707-986-8739. This episode is copyrighted under the attribution, non-commercial, share-alike copyright. For more information, go to otrwesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.